Hi everyone, it's Josette and welcome to my channel. I hope this is not going to be a super long and just aggy video. I'm really trying to talk less in my videos because every time I sit down and film a video, it's like 30 minutes long and it's like, why? And plus, this thing is gonna die and I can't be on here a long time anyway. The topic of conversation today is going to be like probably something y'all don't see coming. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, it's Patricias_daughter. You'll see that I've hinted towards it, or I think I've actually said like I'm leaving nursing, but yeah, I'm leaving nursing. I been a nurse for over a year. I got my license. Yeah, I do not even remember. I got my license. I don't remember. I believe it was August last year. So I've been a nurse for a little bit over a year. And while I was in nursing school, I worked as a CNA. And I believe I got my CNA license in October in 2019. And I worked all the way up until I got my first nursing job. So I've been in healthcare for 2 years. That's crazy. It's been 2 years. And this is like off topic, but when I was a CNA, it's crazy because that was the happiest I've been ever while in healthcare. And you would think, why would the less title position make you the happiest? I think because it came with less responsibility, and I don't think CNAs are really micromanaged as much as nurses are. Nursing comes with a boatload more of work and responsibility and charting and just everything. I'm not gonna lie, it ran across my mind. I'm sorry, I'm shaking the table. It ran across my mind maybe a month ago that I should pick up some shifts as a CNA because there's an agency that I'm PRN with, and they were like looking for CNAs, and it was like $19 an hour, and I was like, I mean, but I never did it though. I never looked more into it, but it really did come across my mind. Today's video is going to be about me leaving nursing and how I've become just so dissatisfied with nursing to the point where I'm ready to just exit this field completely. I'm still a new nurse, so I think your first year is your hardest year. That's your make it or break it year. For a lot of nurses, because that's when we're out of nursing school, we get thrown out there to the wolves, honey, and we gotta survive and try to apply what we learned in school in the real life. My first job as a CNA was at a nursing home, and I remember looking at the nurses and just admiring them and just like very influenced by them, and I wanted to be where they were at. I was in nursing school, so seeing them work the floor and deal with the patients and stuff, it really inspired me to keep going in nursing school. I'm shy. I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I never really struck up a conversation with one of the nurses and asked them like, hey, how do you like nursing? Do you regret it? Like, did it work out for you? Like, ask some questions like that. I just took it at like the surface level, like they're here so they must like it, right? Which is false. There's a lot of nurses, a lot of people in healthcare who's probably at work right now and probably hates it, but they have to pay bills. So I never really asked them any questions. I just assumed that they liked it because they were there. So when I finished nursing school, my first job was at a nursing home. And if you know anything about nursing homes, honey. But I remember it was not the best nursing home. It was, I mean, can I say it? It was a nursing home in the hood. The building was a little bit more not nice, because I've been in really nice nursing homes, and it's like it was just so dark and just gloomy and just depressing. And that's another reason why I stopped working there, and just one of the reasons why I stopped working in nursing homes in general, because I felt like the depression and anxiety and the way that the buildings looked and everything, like, just that's centered around the nursing home, I feel like it started to like work on me and deplenish my spirit. It made me feel sad, because a lot of the residents who live in those places, they're so sad, they're so depressed. And then on top of that, I'm a new grad coming like literally fresh out of nursing school. I started this job, I think, the same month that I got my license. It was not far off. Sorry, I'm sick. It was my first day of work. They told me that I would have 3 days of training, right? 3 days of training, that's it. 3 days of training, and then you're on the floor by yourself. It's like, houseway, how? And so I did my training. Two of my days of training, they gave me a real cool nurse. I really liked her. She was like one of those like badass nurses, like, we're gonna get it done, like like one of those, because that's like, honestly, like, you could be the nicest person ever, but when you step into nursing, you grow a pair of, you know what I mean, like, because it's a cutthroat field. Like, if you do not stand up for yourself, if you don't, like, your job, the management, everything will take over you. Like, you have to learn to just be badass, like, in nursing, and it's the truth. And I remember my last day of training, I was supposed to train with the charge nurse. There we go. So the charge nurse, I was supposed to train with her my last day. She came in super late, and so they was just gonna let me sit around and not do anything and let the patients go without their medications and treatments and all that checks and all that stuff. And so they put me on a card. They told me to work the card. Only had 2 days of training. That third day, the person I was supposed to be training with came in super late. They put me on a cart, and I was working the floor by myself after only 2 days of training. This is my first nursing job, and I am fresh out of school, and all I got was 2 days of training. They were always short-staffed when it came to nurses. Usually they're fully staffed when it comes to CNAs, but when it comes to nurses, for some reason, they refuse to be fully staffed. Like, I think, like, while I was working there, I felt like it was intentional. Like, they would intentionally not hire or not fill the shifts how they should so they can save money. Like, I literally, because it was a lower income facility, they didn't have all the resources and money and everything. So I think in order for them to save money and pinch pennies and allocate money from here to there, they intentionally put us under pressure and put our licenses on the line. Because in a nursing home, every hallway is supposed to have its own nurse. So, like, say there's a hallway here, a hallway that's going that way, and then a hallway that's going that way. Each hallway should have its own nurse. And that place, they did not do that. So what they'll do is you have your hallway, the other nurse will have her hallway, and then y'all split that last hallway in the middle. So she'll get this side of the hallway, and you will get that side of the hallway. And so I will have so many patients, y'all. Like I want to say close around 40. Like, literally so many patients. And I remember being so stressed and drained and just weak. Like, I would literally not take a lunch my entire shift. I would have to, like, we're not supposed to, but I would have to keep water or something to drink on the cart because there was no time to take a little break and drink water and eat a couple of crackers and re-energize yourself and come back. There was it could not happen. It's either I'm dehydrated and killing my kidneys, or I'm sorry, but I gotta keep a bottle of water on the cart. I remember I used to eat a very big breakfast. I'm not even a breakfast type of person. Like, I love to eat, so if somebody make me breakfast, I'm gonna eat it. But I remember, like, before I used to go into work, I used to just pig out because I knew I was not gonna have a lunch or a 15-minute or anything. So I remember during training, yes, I did take lunches those 3 days because there was another nurse that was training me. She could stay on the floor and work while I went to go take a lunch. But after that, it was very extremely rare for me to take a lunch. And then the way that the facility did it is they used to take the lunch out automatically. So you used to not get paid for 30 minutes of your shift anyway. When you're under stress and you're ripping and you're running and you're just all over the place, accidents happen. And that's why it's not good to have a patient load so heavy, because mistakes, I don't care if you double check, triple check, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that is why I ultimately left that job, is because I felt like my license was on the line and I worked my butt off for that license. I went to nursing school as a single mom with a 2-year-old and a newborn. Me and their dad was not together while I was in nursing school. We're not together now, but I'm just saying, like, we broke up while I was still pregnant with my son. So me going to nursing school, I didn't walk in there with a husband or a partner, and I put myself through nursing school. So I would be damned, honey, if all that hard work went to waste. And plus, family, they don't play. Family, they be looking for a reason. I'm sorry, this probably doesn't apply to all families, but it probably applies the most. They be looking for a reason to call DCF, what's the one for adults? Oh, not CPS, but the one for adults. I forgot what it's called. They be looking for a reason to call state. They be looking for a reason to have you under investigation. And I was not going to have that happen to me. And there was one time, I picked up a shift with agency, and I was assigned to a nursing home on a particular day at a particular time. And I went, it was like one of the situations I just described with my first nursing job. It was a nursing home, caseload heavy, precautions on every single door. I should never picked up that shift to begin with, because when the off-going nurse gave me a report, I asked him, why do every room have a precaution? Because it did not tell me this was a COVID floor, or when I picked up the shift, because usually they tell you if it's a COVID floor. And he was like, I don't know, you have to find out. I'm like, you went the whole night shift and you don't know why every room have a precaution on it? And I still picked up the shift. And he was so nasty, like, just so rude. I would never do that to a nurse. I would not tell them, oh, you have to find out, I don't know. That's a serious matter. A family member came to visit, and I guess the patient told the family member that, oh, the nurse, y'all know. And I went to go tell, because it was like change of shift. And so the 3 to 11 nurse came in, because I worked 7 to 3. And I was like on the verge of tears, because that lady was mean. That family member, oh my, she ripped me a new one, honey. She was just so mean. And like, I tried my hardest to just stand there and be strong and not cry. Cause when someone's being mean to you, or like, I'm about to cry right now just thinking about it. Somebody's being mean to you and they're literally like, they want you to feel that type of like hurt. They get pleasure in seeing you cry or something. And I remember like going to the 3 to, oh my God, my voice is trembling because I'm about to cry, because nursing it's not easy. It's not what it looks like to be on Instagram. It's not. It's really not. But I remember walking up to the shit. I remember I did my makeup and everything, y'all. Ugh. See, that you shouldn't have to have emotions like this because of a job. You should just be able to go to work and go home and enjoy your family. I remember walking up to the 3 to 11 nurse and telling her like everything that happened. She was like, I handle it. And I don't know what she went to go tell that lady. I don't know what happened, but she handled it and she fixed it. And the lady literally was like, oh, I'm gonna call the state and I'm gonna call the board of nursing and report you. Like, she was saying so much stuff, and I was literally like just so scared. Like, yeah, but we're nurses, but we're human, you know. I picked up that shift because I needed some extra money, and I told myself never again. Never again. I deleted the app off my phone. I was like, I'm done. So I swore to myself to never go back to another nursing home, because it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. It's not worth having 40 patients, 20 of them has G-tubes, so you have to crush the medications to put through the G-tubes. You got to run the feedings. You have to do wound treatments because they're always in the beds. The CNAs never want to get them out of bed, so they got wounds on their, you know, on their sacrum. So you have to do treatments for the wounds. You have to do your med pads. You have to do vitals, because at this place, CNAs, they did not do vitals. I'm sorry, the whole time I was a nurse, my CNAs never did vitals for me. It's a lie. It's so much. And can you imagine doing all that for 40 people? 40 people on your feet the whole shift. Like, my knees are bad now from the year I've been a nurse. Like, they literally crack. Like, crack. Anytime I bend down or I squat, you hear them cracking every time. And it was not doing that before I got into nursing. So I know the cause is nursing, probably because I put on some weight too. So let me be real. But I'm just so unhappy with nursing. I shouldn't feel sad every time I'm on my way to work. I shouldn't have to give myself pep talks on the way to work saying I can do it, you're strong. I shouldn't have to sit in my car before I go into a shift and just pray and hope to God that it's not a crazy shift. I shouldn't have to come home and just feel so defeated and literally have no more strength, no more energy to give for my kids, for anyone. It's to clean the house. And I just don't see myself working as a nurse for the rest of my life. I just really do not. I don't know where I'm going, or, you know, where life is gonna lead me, but I do know that it's time for me to exit this field and to find a field that is less stressful, because this field is so stressful between the patients, management, the regulations, the virus, that hyped everything up. But I just don't like being away from my kids for 12 hours. At this point, I don't know if this is laziness or if this is like my inner introvert, or if this just my calling and what I should be doing. But I don't even want to leave the house. Just the fact that I have to leave home and make money just makes me just upset. Like, I wish I had a stay at home or work from home job that I can do and make my money, and that's it. Like, I want to be more available to my family, my kids, my schooling, because I'm in school. I don't know what for. I'm just literally taking classes at this point. I'm literally just taking classes at this point. I changed my major. I'm not doing RN no more because I knew that nursing wasn't for me, so I changed my major. I just don't know. Like, I'm just, I guess, confused of what I should be doing with my life. I don't know what I should be doing, but I do know that it's not nursing. The way I look at it, the way I was telling my boyfriend, $1 is $1, no matter how you make that dollar, it still has the same value. Rather you made the dollar as a nurse or rather you made that dollar working at Walmart, it's still a dollar. So if I can find a field that is equally lucrative or equally paying as my nursing jobs, then why not? I mean, if it can save me some anxiety, some stress, some everything, then why not switch out of nursing? Prior to me getting into nursing, I was in medical billing and coding school, and I think I'm going to get back into that, and I think I'm going to try doing that now. And because I was basically finished with the program. I started back in 2016 when I was pregnant with my daughter, and I dropped out during my last class of the program. And so I called and they told me that I can retake that last class and be on my way. So I'm really thinking about doing that, and hopefully my experience as a nurse can boost my chances of landing a job. And those jobs, you can work from home or you can work in an office. So, and they pay similar to nursing. So why not switch over to a different career of a different field, a different department of healthcare, of the medical system, and still get paid the same? Less stress, less taxing on your body, better hours. It's Monday through Friday, no weekends, no holidays. Nursing, you got it. Nursing is 24/7, honey. You can't tell a patient, oh, it's Christmas, oh, we're not open today, sorry. But yeah, so I'm thinking about getting into medical billing and coding, and possibly, you know, furthering that certification diploma into maybe a degree or something else in that field. So, and I looked up the salaries for like the different levels of coding, and they get paid very well. So I guess I'll take you guys on my journey of figuring out what the heck I'm doing with my life. I can't wait to come out here in like 5 years and be like settled into my life and just look back on all it is and us just talking about it. Like, girl, you remember back in October 2021, you was sitting in your room not knowing where you was going with your life. I say us because a lot of people who follow me are students or inspiring nurses, and I can't wait until we're just all finished and we all have reached that end goal of what we want to be, and we're settled into our little nooks of the world and have our little families and just happy. You know, that's something that I've always wanted. I've never been a very high maintenance person. I never wanted a lot out of life. I always just wanted a good paying job and a nice family, a husband that treats me well. That's all I've ever wanted. So I don't need luxury things. I don't need the best car. I don't need to go to Dubai 3 times a year. Like, I think that sounds crazy, but that's just not me. You know, I'm fine with being that girl who works a 9 to 5. I'm okay with that as long as I have my children, as long as I have, well, not as long, but hopefully I'll have a partner or spouse, you know, someone who can stand next to me and we can support each other. That's doing good in life in my book. And I don't want this video to discourage anyone who is inspiring or aspiring to be a nurse. If you feel like nursing is your calling and that's what you should be doing, then do it. I'm here to support you 100%. I'm here to encourage you. But as for me, after working as a nurse after being in healthcare for the past 2 years, I've learned that being at the bedside and patient care is not for me. It's just not for me. Thank you for listening to my little, I don't know what to call this, a rant maybe. Listening to me open up about how I've been feeling lately, actually for a while now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can keep in contact with each other. Comment down below if you have any questions or anything that you just want to say. I'll be happy to talk to you guys in the comments. I love you guys. Bye.